everybody, Angie here with I Feel the Rush here in Brillion, Wisconsin. Welcome back. If you haven't been with us before, thank you for joining me. I'm usually here every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central Time, so stop by anytime. If you haven't done so already, take a look at our old Facebook videos. You'll find a lot of inspiration. You'll find some creative ideas, and who knows, you might come up with some new and crazy ideas. So, before I get started, I'll just explain. I Feel the Rush is based on the premise of bringing things from your outdoor experiences inside so you can relive those experiences time and time again. And last week I talked about our trip to Sweden. I showed you some samples of things that I brought home, and I'm so excited to report that our carton arrived just a little over 3 weeks from when we left Sweden. We sent a package of reindeer antlers and moose antlers home, and they arrived. They made it through customs. It wasn't cracked open or anything. So to get started, I just wanted to share a few of those amazing prizes that actually made it back. The first one that we found when we were there was this beauty. We thought we wouldn't find any, but here, this was the first one. This looks to be like maybe a little moose tip. I was pretty excited. I didn't care what it was. Then we went on to bigger and better things, and I found this monster. Okay, it's not a real monster, but believe me, I'm coming from public land, Wisconsin here. I don't find sheds like this here at home. So this was the find of a century. This thing is beautiful. I love it. And then I found this little gem. Look at this. Isn't this amazing? It's a reindeer antler. For those of us here in Wisconsin with the whitetails, now I know those beasts get pretty big and everybody's looking for the big ones. But believe me when I said I saw these tips sticking out of the ground, it was like a dream come true. It was amazing. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Isn't that awesome? So here in Wisconsin, we're in the end of August. We're thinking deer season. And for those of you who see a lot of our projects, we work with a lot of antlers and hides and all sorts of amazing things. They tend to have the same coloring, tan, brown, gray, that kind of thing. I'm thinking working our way into fall, working our way into winter where we're going to be spending a lot of time inside. I thought we'd change things up just a little bit and we'd add a little color to the decor. So tonight, the memory decor is still based on our outdoor experiences, but we're not using antlers tonight. But antler inspiration nonetheless. So, as always, what I like to show you are the materials that I used first. We have, some watercolor crayons. Now you can go to any Hobby Lobby or Michael's, wherever you go to get your crafting kind of things, or art supplies. They're basically like crayons, but they're used for watercolor. And how they work is you get your paper wet, you get your brush wet, and then you get the tip of this wet, and it kind of comes right off like paint. It's pretty amazing, actually. I've only used them a few times, but the project I'm going to be showing you today, this was just the ticket. So some watercolor crayons. As you can see, I will have just done this project. Water, some paintbrushes of different sizes, and I'll explain to you why. And some watercolor paper. Now don't get nervous, people. If you've never watercolored before, I haven't watercolored in probably 25 years. I went to Hobby Lobby, I got myself some watercolor paper. This big sheet was only $5. You can probably get it less than that. So $5 for this, maybe $10 for your watercolors, and a little imagination. That's all you need. So this big watercolor sheet, what I did was cut it down into 8.5 by 11 sheets, so they were easy to work with. I'm going to make something with that big sheet, but I wanted to try it on the small one first. Like I always tell you guys, try it small before you go big, because not only will you get a little experience, you might mess things up a few times from the way you want it to turn out, but then you can practice before you move to the bigger piece. So like I said, I still use some antler inspiration today. And as always, I always tell you guys, go on to Pinterest, go on to Google. When I show you the picture that you're going to see, you're going to know exactly what to be searching for. First of all, I wanted to try a deer. So now, don't be too judgy, ladies and gentlemen. The next one I did was a little bit better than this, but it's a silhouette of a deer. And basically, I'm going to walk through what I did exactly. I stenciled the outline. It's a silhouette of a deer. So that's all you have to search on Google or Pinterest, wherever you do your searching, silhouette of a deer, or search watercolor deer. You will find more pictures. You'll be searching on and on and on and on. There's tons of inspiration, tons of options. It's not copying. You're just using them for inspiration. So, and you're not selling your pieces either, probably. You're just using them at home like I do. So I did a silhouette of a deer. And what I did was I took the smallest brush that I had and I put water on it, and I outlined. All I did was do this in pencil. I outlined with some water the inside of where my pencil drawing was. And then I took a bigger brush, hopefully I don't get everything all wet, took a bigger brush and I filled this whole area in with water. I just got it all wet. The watercolor paper absorbs the water. That's what this is designed for. That's why they make special paperwork for this. Special paper for this, watercolor paper, because it absorbs it, but it allows it to stay wet. So once I had the water on there, then I took my little brush and my little crayon, and I got my crayon wet, and the little paint gets on your brush, and then you put it on the water, and it spreads. Now you can kind of see that it's a little bit smudgy, it's a little bit blended. That's exactly what you're looking for. That's what makes this such an awesome project, because it's not perfect. You don't have to worry about even staying in the lines. You're just basically filling it in with some color. And then you change up the colors. You pick up a darker color, a lighter color. You'll get the idea once you look online. When you search watercolor deer, watercolor moose, whatever animal it is that you're wanting to do. You don't have to make a deer. Could be a fish, a dog, whatever you like. And you'll get the idea. So a couple tips I want to tell you are, keep in mind that it will start to dry out. So again, this isn't perfection. You're going to have to add a little more water to some areas as you add more paint so that it spreads more easily. And I stuck with the pinks on this particular one just to get started, but I'm going to show you in my last sample that I have for you. I have several samples, so with some different ideas. I wanted to give you guys a few different ideas. So this is sample 1. This is just a deer. Sample 2, I'm going to put down my wet paintbrush there. Sample 2 is also a deer, but in the background here, the sample that I found, the background had like trees in the bottom. Now, the set of watercolors I have is not a full rainbow set, so I wasn't able to get the real darks. I'm going to actually look for a different set. Another idea is, once you have it dried, which I'll show you on the next one, you can color in after, like with colored pencils. Like here, I took a black pencil and I kind of outlined the edge a little bit so that it gave it a little bit more depth. As you can see on the bottom, like there's some trees in here for depth. I'm going to color this in a little bit with some colored pencils to give it a little bit more depth as well. But this is example number 2. So use that for some inspiration. All it was pencil. I outlined it, I filled it in with water, and I put the watercolor in there. So as you can see, it's super easy. Another great idea is, okay, this would be a fantastic project to do with kids. Have them do an outline of anything. Have them draw anything they want. Get it all wet on the inside and you add watercolor. So a great project for kids. Not all the projects that we've done have been excellent for young kids, but this would be perfect. Especially if you're a teacher. School's coming up. This would be a great project for Christmas, for presents, whatever. Okay, my last sample is just the compass. So again, this was an image I found online, used it as an example, and I drew in pencil. The compass, used a black colored pencil actually for that, and then got it all wet and used my watercolors. Blended them in, got them a little bit, added more water where I wanted to see more color, added some different shading. You know, it's super simple. I did all 3 of these samples in like 20 minutes. So it's that simple, guys and gals. We have 3 different samples here. And as you can imagine, actually, you know, what I'm thinking now is you could do different animals. You could do a deer, a moose, a wolf, and then hang all 4 of them up on your wall. So it's that simple. Think outside the box. Think your outdoor experiences. Maybe you have a picture of a buck that you shot that you could print off and just use it as a silhouette. Maybe it's a picture of the kids. You want to do a silhouette of them. Super simple. So use these as a few pieces of inspiration for yourself. And again, this is like memory decor without the antlers. Just wanted to spruce up the room with a little bit of color. So if you guys have any suggestions on what you might like to see in the watercolor realm or something with a little bit of color, drop me a message in the comments below and we'll see what we can do. If you'd like to see a tutorial, also send me a message, because some of these projects I know it's easy to talk about in just a few minutes that we're here, but maybe you want a little more in-depth information or would like to see a video. So let me know if that's something you'd like to see and we could always get that posted up on YouTube. So that's it, guys. I hope you like it. Let me know if you have any questions, and if you would like to see more projects like this, share it with your friends. We're working our way into the fall. Christmas is coming. These are great projects to do with the kids, the grandkids, your friends, you know, the kids at school. And that's it. So have a wonderful evening. Join us again next week, 8 p.m. Central. And thanks as always for stopping in and for watching the videos and adding the comments. I love having you here. I love sharing all the discussions that we have together. It's a fantastic community that we're building here. So thank you to everyone each and every day. I love visiting with you guys. So have a great night. Talk to you later.